I've never fully beaten a LEGO Marvel game. In fact, the furthest I got was the second level in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1. I just don't have the same connection for Marvel as I do for DC. But it's left me with a blind spot for one of LEGO's most popular franchises. This ends today, as I attempt one of the most taxing and frustrating challenges I've ever done on this channel. Attempting to 100% all 3 LEGO Marvel games in under 1 week. We have 3 games to cover: LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1, the fan favorite, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, the longest one, and LEGO Marvel's Avengers, the shortest one, but the one I'm looking forward to the least. As for any rules or guidelines I'm setting myself, the only real one is I'm not allowed to use a guide or look things up. I want this playthrough to feel as organic as possible, and really give me a feel for the games, so I can give you my thoughts as we go and see if they're really deserving of all the hype. Oh, and also no cheat codes, that should be pretty obvious. My strategy for all 3 games was pretty simple. Go through these story levels as fast as we can, head back into free play to collect all the stuff we need to eventually get the gold brick and character token detectors, and then tackle the insanely huge overworlds. There were a couple of hiccups and monkey wrenches thrown in along the way, but that stayed mostly true for every entry. We're going to start with the first chronological game on our list, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1, which on average takes 40 hours to 100%. My 1-week timer doesn't stop if we fall asleep, so I need to really lock in if we don't want to be clocking in 5 8-hour shifts. The first thing I noticed upon starting up LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1 was that dealing with 1 straight week of janky LEGO gameplay was going to be nothing compared to the 1 straight week of hearing these awful one-liners from Iron Man.
Holding Grand Central hostage at rush hour? Now that's criminal.
Now that's criminal. Shut the f*** up. Sorry, that was mean. This is a constant thing. Oh my god. Swamp Thing. Oh my god, Swamp Thing. Sorry. There is a mini kit over here. Which I gotta throw a taxi at it, I think. Hulk, remember, you can be Bruce Banner. Now I gotta go like this. Yeah, baby. So one glaring difference from the games that I grew up playing that I picked up on pretty early on is how few minikits you're able to grab in story. In the older games, if you took your time to explore, you could get anywhere from 4 to 6 minikits in just about every stage without free play, which really helps speed the game up when you come back and blast through with all your new characters. But in the recent ones, this is usually only 1 to 2. I can't say I'm a huge fan of this particular change. I like getting a little sidetracked in a brand new level, whereas a lot of these more recent ones just feel super linear. This is what it looks like when I box my friends. It's 2 real bulky guys who are kind of green, fighting it out.
Remember, you can transform
Hulk,
back to
remember.
normal if you calm down.
I don't think Hulk, if he heard that, would want to transform. What the hell was that? What the hell is that noise? Okay, whatever. What the hell is that noise? You guys hearing that? It's like... I hope you guys are not like schizophrenic. You guys hear that noise. I'm not like being crazy right now, right? There's like a noise happening in the background. I'm not gone. I'm real. I'm like a normal living man. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Yeah. Oh, no, stop. Well, that's how he goes. Dude, we're spending 15 minutes in one level. This is cooked. Punch him in the side of the head. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. 1 level down.
Gentlemen, we need you back at the Baxter building pronto.
Yeah, I'm coming, dude. Relax, man. It's not that big of a deal. I can make this jump. As Mr. Fantastic. Really had you guys fooled there. That looks terrible. I'm uncomfortable.
I call it the Fantastivator. Faster than the stairs for sure. Let's go.
Doesn't feel faster than the stairs. I feel like if there were stairs in this like building. Also, you shouldn't take an elevator in an open fire. That's like the first thing you learn as a kid. If there's a fire going on, do not take the elevator. Or the Fantastivator, whatever you want to call it. You just shouldn't be on one of those. Oh, I can use these. This cap. Good jump. Real classy of you. Look at this guy come from the sky. Holy shit. Yeah, why don't we just start killing fools?
What are you doing?
Why? Like, we can't reach him. Reed, turn your head into a thing and hit him with it. What is this? What is this? Oh, of course. The Captain America's wrench. The one that he always has on him in all the movies and comics where he has a wrench on him. I forgot about his classic Captain America wrench. The Freedom Wrench, as they call it. Oh, I should be stepping on that, I don't think. Probably not. I can do this, though. No, no, I can't. Get out of there. Spider-Man, no. Oh, shit. I think it's done poorly a lot of the time. Ah. This game is literally meant for babies. Why is this one so scary? What the hell? What are they? This game is like literally for children. You shouldn't ever be embarrassed to be a fan of something. Actually, no, you should be embarrassed to be a fan if you're a fan of these following products. 21 Pilots, Fallout Boy, Modern Fallout Boy, Sonic the Hedgehog, or anything post-Endgame Marvel. There you go. That's the rules. That's your friend! That was an alright level. I'm liking this game a decent amount so far. More than most of the other modern ones that I've played. He's cheating. He's teleporting. He's literally cheating. Yeah, now what? Oh, he's running way faster now. Oh shit, I was looking at chat. Oh, fuck.
Maybe we can fix this old boat up.
Maybe we can fix this old boat up. What? Holy shit. Okay, I'm not supposed to go over there, I don't think. Ah, I'm evil Wolverine. Who the f is this character, by the way? Who is this? That guy, that's Whiplash. I know that guy. Who's yellow Wolverine over here? Sabretooth. He looks dumb. Oh no. He's juicing up. Oh my god, it's Hulk's brother. Swamp Thing? Rapid fire explosive incendiary rounds? It would suck to go to war in this like universe. It sucks in like any universe, obviously, but like that would be terrible.
Enough, Tangerine. I'm just tired of
What? Oh god, dude. That insult was so bad it made me bored.
Is that the Hulk Buster armor?
Yep.
That will let him...
That dude is reading off a fucking script. He was like, is that the Hulkbuster armor?
do anything the Hulk can do?
Yep.
Who wrote this game, man? That, to me, seems like a Hydra symbol. Oh my god. A Hydra symbol.
One small step for man, one giant climb up a Hydra rocket.
Good. Good one, man. I'm sure everybody finds you funny, and, like, everyone loves hanging out with you at, like, a lot. Like, we're all, like, always talking about how, man, I love that Johnny Storm guy we get to hang out with. That's Johnny Storm. That's his name, right? It's Spider-Man's boyfriend? Good for him. Where'd you get that suit? Your husband make it for you? Hey, there's some freaking studs behind me that I want to freaking grab. So why don't you give me control of my freaking character real quick? Thank you.
What next? Unicorns and happy cliches?
Yeah, what's next? Unicorns and happy cliches. Can I be a voice actor, guys? My name's Wolverine. I'm getting stupid and I suck at everything I do. Wow, dude. I wonder how I'll solve this issue. Perhaps a Wolverine B-press?
Lookalikes! Or should that be Loki-likes?
I fucking hate this game. One thing I really enjoy, though, are the characters and their abilities. I'd go as far as to say I don't think it's ever been done better than here. The way that everyone has a specific use, but not overly specific to whereas one character stands out as super broken. It's so well balanced. Like, take Venom and Spider-Man for example. They can both use senses, pulleys, and webs, very common things, but Venom can also become a big fig, and use these tiny goo piles. On the opposing side of that, Spider-Man can become Peter and take pictures, which is a super niche use, but it helps separate them. Even take a look at Mr. Fantastic and Sandman. They have almost nothing in common besides the fact that they can both use these sewer grates, but Mr. Fantastic is the only character able to use these 4 panels, and Sandman is the only one who can use the sand pits. That makes sense. The specific abilities are sparse to show off the niche character interactions, but the more general stuff is given to a lot of characters. It really helps round out the roster and give everyone their own little quirks. I was getting a little annoyed at the boss fights in the game, however. Yeah, it's almost kind of annoying. Level 1 started off really strong with great uses of the whole party's abilities, but after that it heavily drops off. Everything boils down to beating up like 10 goons, then doing some repetitive action on the boss. Sometimes the objective isn't really even clear, and you're just floundering around hoping that something works. It's a shame too, because the level design here isn't too bad. I mean, it's nothing stellar. There's a couple of great standouts like the Jurassic Park level, but it's never really bad. I was at a certain point really starting to burn out. Sometimes these generic laboratory or sci-fi backgrounds just started to blend together, which is probably why levels like the Jurassic Park one or the Statue of Liberty section stood out so much. It was a break from looking at all the monotonous facilities. When you've got this whole world of characters and environments to explore, why limit yourself to only a single aesthetic? They've proven they're more than capable of making some more unique levels. I just wish it shined through more. At a little over 6 hours, we reached the final story level, and beat it not too long after. I had heard so much about this final fight, with a lot of people calling it the best final boss fight in any LEGO game ever, and yeah, it's definitely up there. Again, as I said earlier, this game's strength is in the characters and their abilities, and getting to play as not just the heroes but the villains as well was such a cool idea. I can understand why the generation raised on this game praised this level in specific so much. It's really, really good. What's that helicopter gonna do? Damn, that person just died over was piloting that thing. Is that it? Is the story done in 6 hours, 20 minutes, and 49 seconds? At this point, I decided to end my stream and do some grinding on my own. Doing this challenge is enough of a struggle, and trying to be entertaining at the same time for 6.5 hours straight was draining me. My goal now is to figure out where the hell the red bricks are. I'm almost required to have minikit detector if I don't want to waste too much time returning to levels, but I hadn't encountered a single extra yet. I assumed that, like a majority of LEGO games, it was hiding somewhere in the story levels, but there wasn't any icon for it on the level collectibles screen, and there were only 11 bricks, but 15 levels? And then I realized something. This game had a handful of bonus levels. These bonus levels are themed after Deadpool, and each one have a Stan Lee in peril, 1 character token, and 1 red brick, making them a perfect option when grinding out the gold bricks we need for 100%. Only issue is that a specific number of gold bricks is required to enter some of them, sort of slowing down our progression a little bit. I guess this means it's a good time to talk about the Overworld. This thing is massive, and there is so much stuff to do. I obviously spent a lot of time here, and while I have my gripes, I was pleasantly surprised at how many unique little situations there were. Look, you all know I love LEGO Batman 2, but the grind for 100% there blows. There's so many repetitive puzzles that require you to solve them in full because of the suit swapping mechanic. It is super time consuming and not fun. This game is way different. Instead of repeating the same 4 puzzle archetypes, the game has 3 main ways you collect bricks. The most common way is by helping the citizens of New York. These are usually quick fetch quests where you have to find an item and bring it back to them. But there's some variation in that, like delivering a pizza van to this guy, or rounding up some zoo animals that went missing. Then there's your standard ability puzzles, like Ant-Man's shrinking maze or digging stuff up with Wolverine. Finally, we have, in my opinion, the worst part of the overworld, the races. These are timed events you can do to unlock gold bricks and character tokens, and they suck. Bad. They suck real bad. Sometimes mechanics need a little more time in the oven before they're thrusted into a game as a main gimmick, and the flying controls in this game are a perfect example of that. It took me near 20 hours of playing to only kind of get used to how the flying works. You hold forward and press A to begin flying, then you have to always be holding the stick in some direction. Hitting the A button again tilts you up, hitting the B button tilts you down. Also, you can double tap A for a boost, but then you have to wait a little bit before adjusting your character's angle again. It is so needlessly frustrating, complicated, and inefficient, and almost made me ignore the races altogether. That's nothing compared to how vehicles control in the regular levels though. Instead of having the vehicle move based on its orientation to the camera, direction is influenced based on the way it's facing. I'll let this clip of me in the 1 million stud level show what I mean. Why are the controls this way? Stop. Like, it's 2,000 miles an hour and the controls are vehicle relative, not camera relative. This is me holding up. I'm holding straight right. I'm holding straight right still. Nope, this is me holding straight left. I'm still holding left. It's little things like this that dragged the game down a ton for me. The second I'd feel like I was getting the hang of things, something dumb would pop up, Whether it be vehicle controls, faulty AI, an unresponsive menu, having to activate quests twice to get map markers, or the numerous crashes that plagued the run, it was always something.
You guys sure took your time.
Shut up, dude. I was working. Oh. I think my game might have just crashed. Cool. If we get that crash again, we might be stuck.
You guys sure took your time.
Yeah, we did. We didn't crash. Okay. Maybe we can try to find a way to save on the ground before this point. Is there like an easy thing we can save? Like a guy in peril or a red brick? Okay. So the game's saved.
You guys sure took your time.
Okay, we're good. That was really weird. I got a little scared there. In my 32 consecutive hours it took to 100% the game, I crashed 16 times. That's more than any other game I've played in the same vein. Hell, I just did a video where I intentionally broke Lego Batman as hard as I could, and I only crashed a single time. I know I'm being extremely negative right now, but it's the truth about the overworld. The variety in characters and slice-of-life tasks the city offers breathes a lot of life into the environment, but the things that take you out of the immersion are just too much to handle at some points. Eventually, I tackled all the bonus levels I needed to, and I enjoyed them a good amount. They're all really short, so going back in free play to grab everything didn't take too long. I had a good amount of fun doing the free play stuff in the story levels too, and I found myself appreciating the sort of flow everything had to it. While the levels being linear was an initial complaint, I think it helped make the replay feel a lot more smooth. Then there's one final thing I want to talk about in regards to this game before we move on. Silver Surfer is a weird character. You never get to play as him in any of the missions, and he has a really unique unlock method different from any other character. Once you beat the main story, you can find him on the helicarrier and challenge him to a race. This is a pretty difficult one, but once you beat it, you then have to talk to him at the Baxter building, where you do a small escort mission to get him some pizza. Finally, you can talk to him in East Harlem, where you have to retrieve a piece of his cosmic board from a petty thief. I was sort of let down. As a kid, when I would unlock these super cool or hidden characters, there was always a level of mystique around them, no pun intended. Think of your first time playing as the interdimensional being in LEGO Indy 2. Or unlocking Hush in Batman 1. It felt special. Silver Surfer's unlock feels special initially with the race around the helicarrier, but then he's demoted to two basic quest types that you've done time and time again in the city, making it feel more bland. For a character as interesting and distinctive as the Silver Surfer, I just wanted more. It's the same thing with unlocking Galactus or Loki. They don't have anything special despite them being the big bads. It's a little anticlimactic. Overall, despite my complaints, I had a good time with the game. I can definitely see where the nostalgia comes from, and if you tweak just a couple of things about the overworld, my ranking would shoot super high up. I was on hour 35 or 40 or something of playing straight, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit excited to move on to this game's direct sequel, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. This excitement was entirely misplaced. I had heard whispers of just how terrible this game was throughout the LEGO Marvel 1 streams, and every time I asked how it was so much worse, everyone would just say, "You'll see." And while that initially frustrated me, they were right. It's impossible to explain what makes this game so bad, but I'm going to try. Actually, I don't need to try. I only made it about 10 levels into the game before I got so frustrated I had to end stream and go for a walk to remind myself it's just a video game. There is no better explanation than just watching the game itself. Let's just start off a new game. We'll just kind of fly through it. I think we'll be alright just to go into it. I don't know what everyone has like a problem with this game, it seems. Everyone's always like, oh, this game's way worse than the first one. And there are a lot of camera pans happening now. This is the first level. It's a tutorial, I guess. But like, man, I feel like I've played for 5 seconds and just watched these like cinematics for the last like 2 minutes. The boss fights in the other game suck though. Can it be worse than that? Like, those were really bad. In boss fights, you just wait. That's so cool. I love when that happens in video games. So how long do I wait for? So I really can't influence this at all. It just has to happen organically. This better just be a tutorial thing, because I have watched more of a cutscene than I have of playing the game. It must be awesome to be small like that, because you could eat like one... You get one apple, you shrink down, you can eat that for like ever. You ever think about that? God, can this game be quiet? Shut! I'm turning the volume off in this game. I'm actually like, dude, come on. It goes through the volume being off. God damn, man. We're still doing this? Dude, I turned the game volume off. And it's still is dialogue? Every volume option just turned to 0, and the annoying ass alarm sound still bleeds through. Please shut the hell up. Just to stop making this noise. Oh my god. End it. Please end it. Stop. 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 God, this game is already making me so upset. This actually might break me. This experience might just break me. Yeah, come on, man. You gotta be joking me. You're joking me. You're joking me. Hey, you wanna move? I don't know. This is going to make me. Don't you dare fall back down there. Don't you do not go back down there. But we don't. Come on. We don't need to have a camera pan for the thing we just built. Like, we don't need that. Like, we know it's going to do a thing because we just built the object. We've seen these turnstiles in this game before. We don't have to have a special like little cutscene to distract you. Oh, this is bad. You guys were not lying. I had asked in the last stream why this game is so much worse than the first one, and everyone just said, we'll see. You really can't explain why it's like that, but it is. No way. Another phase? Dude, it better not be. Okay, good. I figured. Oh, great. Water as our second level. This can't be bad. We done? No, we're not. Oh, hey, Spider Guy. I can't switch characters yet. Hey, Spider Guy. What is happening? You're out? What do you mean you're out? Oh, I gotta make a tightrope. Of course. Dude, I can swing a... This is the thing. Like, I understand you need to show off mechanics, but make it make sense. Because I have 2 guys who can get across that gap extremely easily. You have to make it make at least a little bit of in-universe sense for the player to know what the fuck is going on. I give that a pass in the first game because, like, whatever, the game was fine and I wasn't mad at it, but I'm mad at this game already. I'm pissed. I'm so angry. Can I go? Oh. You can go small. Oh. Granted, I've played 50 hours of Lego Marvel games in the last, like, couple days, so I'm, like, already running on empty, but this is not making it easier. I think that this is very, this is cool. This is cool. Like, instead of doing a follow the ghost studs mission, you have to like fight a boss in midair while you're swinging around. This is awesome. This is awesome, like, objectively. That was a cool little section. It was kind of boring, but this game is kind of boring. So I have no attachment to Marvel at all. Like, if this was Batman or like DC, I'd at least enjoy it a little bit more because I would like, oh, I know that character, I recognize that character, but I don't care for any of these guys. Spider-Man's cool. That's kind of it. Did we just watch the camera pan to jump on a thing to watch a camera pan? Oh, I can push a wheelbarrow, though. That's tight. Oh, it goes so fast. Holy shit. You seen this? I thought going into this level or this game, I'd have, like, the contrarian viewpoint of, like, I actually like it a lot because the presentation is nice. But I'm entering thinking, wow, it got worse? I'm gonna save you, Staniel. As our first Stan Lee. If they would have just gone, like, for themes for all the levels like this, can you imagine how much better this game would be? Get his ass. Yeah. Good level. I did not get mad once. That's how you know. Leave a framed picture of Black Widow in his home. It's a little strange, don't you think? No, I'll be honest, like, not normally. I got pictures of all my my YouTube friends that I took inside their houses when they weren't looking in like a file, but that's different. I can't tell if I'm dealing damage half the time. Like, over like 80% of this game is just fighting terrible bosses. So it'd be pretty important to know if I'm actually hitting the guy or not, you know? Even if I am, it's just sitting here and mashing X. Like, there's nothing more to it. I like how you just kind of get, like, you get out of a camera pan just to wait for 3 seconds to get put into another camera pan. Like, that just feels like the biggest waste of my time that could ever be had. If this video does badly, I'm going to hate myself forever. I put myself through hell for this. I will say, I really enjoy... I hate the levels so far. Hate them. But, like, I just enjoy that we have, like, different teams going on. There's, like, different campaigns you can follow that are all going to the same goal, obviously. I don't know, it's neat. Level environments are cool compared to the last game too. Like, there's not just laboratories, there's been a lot of different areas. You're going all over the universe. It feels much more like an adventure than the last game did, where you kind of just stayed in New York the entire time. You're going everywhere in this game. Okay. Okay. This one actually is bad. You get like no time to hit this guy, and even when you do 0 damage. This is just like mash. If I have my controller input viewer on, hold on. Actually, I will turn that on. Hold on. I'll turn that on for now. This is how the boss fights go. This is everything you do in this game. That's it. Oh, I jumped there. I'm so sorry. I should only be hitting the X button to kill this motherfucker. Goodbye. Oh no. He lived. I gotta wait an extra cycle, then I can actually just take him down. Please be it. Yeah, we'll do another 25. We'll do one more level after this for today, because I don't know if I can take much more aside from that. I'm gonna be fully honest with you. This is really draining me. It'd be cool, because these guys have a lot of HP. If you played as a character who's like a martial artist, if you did more damage. Then it would encourage you to play as the guys that you don't normally play as when you play these levels. Like, I only use Kamala, Iron Fist once, and Spider-Man once. Now what, do we just sit here again and wait? Yeah, we just wait till a random thing happens. The game will pan to it again. I see it. It's right in front of me. It's the only thing on screen. You don't have to show me it every time. Team Spider-Man, Team Thor, Team Black Bolt. Whoa, that's a new one. We only have 2 guys. This will be our last level we do for stream today. Then I have to get out before I'm actually gonna I'm losing sanity. I don't even know what the goal in this room is. There's just too much going on. It's huge. There's so much empty space. And yet I can fly and I'm still like, I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. I can't even voice my thoughts. Oh, there's more. It's a boss fight, guys. Do you guys love when you get to fight bosses? So bad. Terrible level. God-awful level. Terrible, terrible level. Bad game. God. Games are supposed to be fun, right? Like, I'm not crazy. There were only 2 levels out of the 20 that I can remember feeling any sense of wonder or whimsy inside of, and it was the Western one and the Egypt one, but that's it. This game is terrible, man. This game was batting 1 out of 10 with levels, and that's on a good day. When I got back, I finished the rest of the story levels, and it was so uneventful, slow, and boring that the only 2 things worth talking about was this funny launch with Spider-Man I got in level 19, and the camel glitch I got trying to do a race in the Overworld. Like, how does this happen? The only thing that kept my sanity in check was the boss fight skip in Halal, which is done by just jump slamming against this wall. I have no idea how long this boss fight is for real, but I'm so glad I'll never have to know. I mean, God, look at this. This is just a mini boss fight before you enter a level. This took me 3 minutes of only hitting X. That's all you do. How is this engaging or fun on any level? Oh, look, here we are again, another useless and fucking stupid time waster that you just mash X through. How was this released? How did nobody say anything? The only reason this game is longer than the first is because of how much time you spend not playing the game. You'll finally get in the groove of some puzzle or action sequence, and then bam, a 10-second camera pan that shows you something you already know, or you get a mid-level boss fight that takes over 5 goddamn minutes of standing still. It's actually just ridiculous. YouTube viewers tend to click off of videos when the creator is being negative, so I'll leave you with this. This is by far the worst LEGO game I have ever played. When you're following up your single most successful game ever with a direct sequel years later, with a higher budget and more experience under your belt, it should not come out like this. I have such a pure and unbridled hatred for this game. I had to check my pulse to make sure I was still alive when I found myself having fun in the Overworld. This Overworld is good. You never get pulled off course by a dumb camera pan, you don't get any animation when picking up the multitude of gold bricks present, and every quest is the perfect length. Accompany that with the super diverse environment and you've got yourself a solid experience. Why is the design philosophy between the levels and the overworld so different? Why is the overworld so seamless and quick while the levels are just so stunted and slow? I actually feel bad for the players that put the game down after level 20 and didn't get to see what else the game had to offer. I'm just as shocked as you are. My number 1 complaint with Marvel 1 was the races, and I can't tell if they were just made better here or are less common, but they were much more manageable and a little more lenient too. The bonus level entrances are done by completing quests rather than spending gold bricks, which allowed me to get the detector bricks I needed and head back into free play. Unfortunately, the free play experience doesn't change much from story. It made me so mad to see that every single camera pan and little cutscene is still present here. I said it before and I'll say it again. Free play is supposed to be fast-paced and broken. You're supposed to go back into these levels and dominate, but not much different here from how story mode plays out. There's a handful of stand leaves and mini-kits that are ridiculously frustrating, like how in level 20 you're supposed to know that you can just walk through this solid glass here as a small character. I think by far the worst though is the plane section during the Hydra fight. Not only can you not shoot and steer at the same time, you have to be extra careful not to shoot the plane by accident and end the level. This mini-kit right here was my bane, because if you don't switch your pilot fast enough when it comes up, you have to wait on a 5-minute guided rail section just to get back to it. Why would you design anything like that? The bonus levels themselves are plagued by these same issues as the story levels, but because they're shorter, I had less of an issue with them. Call it exhaustion, call it baby rage, but this game took me 3 days of playing to 100%. And I have almost nothing to say about it that hasn't already been said. The game is poorly paced, has the worst levels of any LEGO game ever, and is a drag to get through. The overworld isn't redeeming enough to make up for it, even with its fun, goofy little quests, incredible environment, and its amazing aesthetic. That's one thing I will praise this game for actually, is the aesthetic. This is, in my opinion, the best a LEGO game has ever looked. Sure, it's not as high resolution as the Skywalker Saga, but the comic book look everything has to it, the small little animations that play when opening up menus, and just in general its visual prowess is beautiful. I really love that about this game, and if it was as boring looking as LEGO Marvel 1's grayed out laboratory-esque environments, I don't know if I could have finished this challenge, genuinely. You know, there's some not bad parts to these levels too. I got a good laugh out of the Venom exercise bouncy ball in the symbiote level. There's definitely elements of fun that break through once in a blue moon, but the whole experience is just tainted, and I can't really look past it. Those of you who made it past 2nd grade math, which judging by my analytics is like all of you, will know that we only have 2 days left and 1 full game to go. LEGO Avengers. It's supposedly the shortest one, but I was burning out fast. I had played so much goddamn LEGO Marvel in the last 5 days that I had a dream I was doing a vehicle race on the I-43. I would need to really pull together for this one. Then, tragedy struck. The only thing that could have derailed me was some freak fringe accident. Throughout the whole challenge, I had managed to stay on top of things by going for bike rides every morning, working out after stream, and other general things to remain healthy while I rotted away at my computer for 12 hours every day. One night though, as I was winding down, I went to brush my teeth. This is a routine thing for me. I'm a serial brusher. I could thrive in the competitive brushing space. But today was different. I pulled out a floss stick and started hammering away, and I kid you not, I pulled a piece of my tooth out. No, I'm not making this up just to add tension to the video. Here is photo proof of the picture of half of my bottom molar. This hurt like hell, and as I'm talking, this still hurts. I knew I wouldn't be streaming anytime soon, as just eating, drinking, and obviously talking was so painful. Meaning I had a choice. I could take a couple days off and finish the video a week later and heal properly. Or I could absolutely lock in and crush the hell out of this challenge. And I chose the latter. I flew through the story of this game in 4 hours, 2 shorter than the others. I knocked out a good portion of Manhattan and all of the bonus levels not long after. And, would you believe it? I was having fun. There's a couple of ways we could explain this phenomenon. Either A, this was a genuinely great game and everyone is sleeping on it. B, by comparison to LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, my expectations were on the ground. C, I had hit the battle calm stage of gaming for a week straight. Or D, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 had drove me to such a point of mental insanity that nothing made sense anymore. Okay, why am I so surprised that this game is good? Well, the game is based off of one good movie and one awful movie, so I knew I wasn't going to be invested in the story at all. A lot of the maps are straight up ripped from LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1, including Grand Central, the Helicarrier, and of course Manhattan. And, well, because of how boring and gray Age of Ultron looks on its own. The game is a little ugly. These were all my predispositions heading into the game, and nearly all of them were flipped onto their heads. Yes, the Age of Ultron movie sucks real bad. Here's my tier list if anyone's wondering what I think of the other ones. But they managed to make some decent levels out of it. Again, these are nothing stellar, but this was the most fun I had had with the story of any Marvel game so far. Both of the previous games, and especially 2, had an issue of running on just a little bit too long, but these Avengers levels were the perfect length. 2 to 3 sections that didn't run over 5 minutes each. It felt fast-paced and never felt like I was being intentionally slowed down. There are a lot of camera pans in this game, but unlike Marvel 2, they're in necessary points that don't detract from the action. They're much more natural and you hardly notice they're there. Yes, a few of the maps are borrowed from Superheroes 1, but I honestly think that works in the game's favor. It gave me a sense of familiarity with the Overworld, which allowed me to blow through stuff way faster. It uses the same hub as Marvel 1 with an almost unaltered Manhattan, but it's a little empty. This is because it adds a few smaller hub worlds alongside it like Malibu, SHIELD headquarters, South Africa, etc. I really enjoy how these separate smaller hubs make you feel more accomplished when you finish them, like you're working through the game in chunks. Yes, vehicle races, escort quests, and all the other puzzle types return, and it's nothing we haven't seen before. This just kind of feels like a DLC add-on for Marvel 1's Overworld, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Unlike the other 2 games, we're able to collect our extras inside of levels by finding various objects for the collector. I don't really feel one way or the other about the more traditional style of extras over the bonus level method, but I do like the collector's spin they throw on it. Speaking of the free play side of things, the minikits and tokens were alright. There was nothing on the same level to me as the Venom Ball, but there wasn't anything that really infuriated me either. I'm still against the design philosophy of free play just being story with more characters, but it doesn't seem like that'll be changing anytime soon. Like, is there really any reason I shouldn't be able to just fly over this gap with Iron Man? I really need to build this one thing and switch to Cap? Shakespeare in the Park's first room literally has only 3 collectibles, but I still need to do every puzzle again just to progress? Really? The switch is right here, but I can't use it until everything is done. Obviously, if I'm already in free play, I've beaten the level, so just let me skip stuff. One big thing this game has over the other 2 though is the ability to replay only certain sections of levels from the checkpoint, even giving you a list of collectibles for that specific section. This is a godsend. If Marvel Superheroes 2 had this, the game would have not been nearly as bad. Look, there isn't a whole lot to talk about with this game. It doesn't take too many risks and it does everything it wants to do well. The characters don't really stand out, the levels don't really stand out, and the hub doesn't really stand out, but for some reason, I had the most fun with this game. LEGO Marvel 1 set a precedent, LEGO Avengers played it safe in that same ballpark, and LEGO Marvel 2 swung and missed, and that's the gist of it. I think if they had been able to adapt their own story inside the MCU, instead of having to borrow one from one of the worst Avengers films, this could have been something amazing. The game is not very long, and I was legitimately shocked at how fast I had made it through the first movie. It was almost anticlimactic. The Force Awakens struggled with that same premise, and that game definitely had an issue of overstaying its welcome, so I'm at least glad they know where to quit with this one. With just 10 hours remaining on the clock, we beat LEGO Marvel Avengers, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, and of course, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1, collecting everything you can see here. This was a very taxing video to make, health issues aside. If you can't tell, my voice really hurts from talking. I was on a strict editing timer too, as by the time you're watching this, I'll be gone on vacation. So if you enjoyed all the work I put into this, make sure you're subscribed. We're on track to reach 100,000 subscribers possibly by the end of summer, which would be just insane. Feel free to help out with that if you want. I'm really glad I played through the good, the bad, and the ugly of this franchise, and I think I might now be knowledgeable enough to make a sequel to one of my most popular videos on this channel, but you'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in a few weeks.